Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast. I am one of the hosts this afternoon. Nailed it. Michael, followed by other host, Kat.
Hi, it's not afternoon though.
But it is for the people that watch this.
Oh, and that's why you're changing it?
Yes.
I really
and
saw
I
the
keep
gears
forgetting.
move in Mike's head as he took that slight pause to be like, afternoon.
Yeah. And then
I
was
saw
why
the
did
look
he
in his eyes.
I know. And then I was like, I don't understand why
Because
he said that.
I've been saying
Good
for like
evening.
weeks. Well, I've been saying forever, good evening.
Yeah.
But for like weeks of just being like, I keep saying evening and it doesn't make sense for anybody
But when
watching
we recorded it at night, you didn't say good night.
I mean, we still recorded at night.
No, it was evening.
But I always said because I was always saying evening.
Yeah, but
Evening
when we
can-
recorded
but-
at night,
but evening
like
can
10
still be
p.m.
night.
Yeah,
You
evening
didn't
can
say-
still be
Evening
night.
can still be
Really?
night.
Yeah.
I didn't know it counted that late.
Yeah. I think evening is just
The sun is
yeah,
down. It's
yeah,
the evening.
Yeah. And other host Sage.
Hi, that's me.
So sup? How you guys doing? You can't answer us.
But what if-
how are you guys doing?
But what if it's not afternoon for them because they don't watch at a place
But
this
it's
afternoon?
but it's
It'll
not
at least be
evening
accurate to when it's uploaded.
Yeah. It is at least when people when they
don't know.
have the ability to watch it, it would be afternoon.
I think you should come up with something else.
Welcome to this week's
I
episode.
hate it here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Don't we all?
Anyway.
so I've been watching a lot of the Disney animated shows, movies.
Okay.
I mean,
Shows.
Yeah,
I
more
was just like
accurately.
shows. I was like, which ones?
He's watching Kim Possible.
Yeah, just all the old shows. Well, because you've been going through Hannah Montana, right?
I finished Hannah Montana.
You finished Hannah Montana.
Did I not talk about?
No, we were talking about it in the car.
Oh, that's what we were talking about.
Because what I think I like asked you a question about it because I thought Mike was watching it too,
yeah.
and then we were having this like long rant about season 4 and Miley Cyrus's horrible extensions.
Yes.
like this girl is wearing like 20 fucking pounds of extensions
Yeah.
on her head.
Would
It's
she
ju-
shave her head?
No.
No, she still
They're
has hair,
just-
but she's just wearing so much extensions.
Like,
Like
yeah.
it's so too long.
And
too long.
Just look up a picture because the problem also is like they're not blended with her
No,
hair.
they're-
like
like,
you can
they-
clearly see where her hair is, and then
I'm
the
pretty
extensions.
sure those extensions weigh more than her.
like
like-
they're just so bad. And then they would purposely talk about how fabulous they were, like all the time. Like she's like, I just got my new extensions, and they would like
Like this?
purposely
Yes.
like yeah, like
But I think like in some episodes it was even
yeah,
more.
like they're pretty blended there. Like they don't look
like
that
there
bad.
that looks okay, but like in some episodes
They're like actually
like it was like a
horrendous.
literal like line of
Yeah.
like, okay, this is where her natural hair ends and this is where the extension keeps going. These extensions were
Like how every one of these screenshots is just an awful like moment from her like emoting.
I mean, but that was like she was very much physical, like
yeah,
comedy.
but I
that
feel like
was her
that
thing.
is
no?
it just me or is that like the style of like that era
Disney?
of like
Yeah.
Disney and Nickelodeon
Yes.
television shows? Because even like I was watching Victorious fairly recently because it was on Netflix, and I was like, oh, I'm in the middle of a project and this is good background noise, and the amount of like movement and motion and facial expressions the actors do,
Do you think they had coaches?
I
that,
have
like,
no idea.
Made them
but it's so much to
that?
the point
Oh,
where
dude,
like
Disney manufactures everything about their shows.
like you just you
So
can notice
probably.
it like to the point where I'm like, can everybody just take it down a notch?
But
no,
like,
it's Disney. They're not allowed.
but I remember like thinking that it was so funny. So like they were successful like with it.
Right.
So
It's I think
why
especially-
not?
I think for especially because when Hannah
I
Montana
fucking
started,
forgot
like
Dolly Parton showed up
Oh my god,
Yeah.
she's in it all the time.
yeah,
all the time.
because
All
she's
the
Miley
time.
Cyrus's
No, I know
IRL
that.
godmother,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's her godmother in the show.
Okay. Well,
Oh!
I mean, they are basically
Okay,
playing.
did
Billy
also-
Ray Cyrus is still Billy Ray
Wait,
Cyrus.
I didn't make this shit disappear because like I can't find like I'm trying to look for pictures too
Wait.
because I'm like I don't think Mike will know like a good picture to find anyways.
Because we were talking about this in the car about like the reveal at the end of Hannah Montana is her being like, oh, I'm Miley Cyrus, and then her life goes to literal shit, right? When saying like she's actually Hannah. And then I meant to ask you this, like Billy Ray Cyrus is Miley's dad, but he's still Billy Ray
So-
Cyrus in the show.
Okay, wait. So
right? Like that level of
He is-
Billy
yeah,
Ray
he is
Cyrus
still
fame.
him.
in some episodes, Billy Ray Cyrus, not pop star, the country singer, is Hannah Montana's dad, and sometimes he's Miley Stewart's dad, and nobody talks about it. Literally, nobody talks about it.
I thought
he
he
puts
was
on
like
disguises too.
He does, but there are different episodes that they have.
The
talked
disguise
about.
is literally just a mustache.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
yes,
But it's Disney, so whatever.
Yeah. Also, the fact that yes, it is just it. Also, Jackson does not wear a disguise
Never,
ever.
never.
He never.
Well, yeah, but
wears,
no one gives a shit about Jackson.
He never wears a disguise. Yeah, but at least fucking. Lily and Oliver do. Like,
Well, yeah, but isn't that
Oliver's
because, like-
Mike Stanley.
Yes.
Like, he at least
And
has-
Lily's what, Lola?
Yeah, Lola Lofnagel. I was like, what's
Lofnagel?
Lofnagel?
Yeah.
Of the.
I remember when that
of
like
the-
she has like a whole title.
Yeah, Lola Lofnagel of the something Lofnagels.
Oh my god,
What the
that's
fuck,
so
what is
funny.
it?
Lofnagel Empresses.
Yeah, Lola Lofnagel of the something
Empire.
Lofnagels. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I just remember her
Jackson-
wig is like super fucking like hot pink or something, isn't it?
She goes
she,
through a
yeah,
few
she has
wigs.
like a ton of them.
I just remember her
Yeah.
hers being super bright.
Hers are always like super bright and they're way more synthetic. Like whatever wigs that they had for Miley Cyrus always looked, in my opinion, and maybe just because
They also changed her wig.
they changed it a lot
Yeah.
actually. But I always noticed that like at least for a Disney Channel show, I felt like they were pretty high quality. Like they
I'm
don't.
pretty sure they talk about that. It was like actually like an expensive wig.
Yeah, like they don't look artificial. They look really good on Miley Cyrus. Like the blonde really suits her and her skin tone. Like it doesn't feel like obvious that it's fake, you know?
Yeah.
But it's so funny to me because then for Lola, all of her wigs are like literal Party City wigs.
Yeah.
Like
they
if
were
you
like,
go to
we have no more wig budget.
if you go to
Sorry.
Party City and you get like Bob with Bang
I was
wig.
gonna say hers are always Bob, right?
Bob with
Yeah.
Bang wig from Party City. And it's so funny to me that they
Bob
look.
with Bang.
I'm telling you.
Bob
I'm
with
telling you.
The pink one is straight up.
Bob with
It's
Bang.
fucking Lazy Town.
Yes. And you know what's
Maybe that's reused. They
Yeah,
were just like,
yeah.
can we borrow this really quick?
they hopped over to their studio.
Sorry. Like, we just need a different one really quick.
But yeah, like it was just weird that like
Why can't I find our extensions?
that I was meant to ask you about that because Billy Ray Cyrus is still Billy Ray Cyrus
No,
in the show.
He's literally both of their dads, and
I
nobody.
thought he was Hannah's manager. Like I thought that was the distinction.
that. It was, and then slowly
He
it's
just
talked
morphs
about
into the
that
dad.
that's her dad, and then also that's Miley's dad, and then nobody talks about that. That's
Right.
suspicious,
Right.
But also,
or
like,
anything.
how famous is Billy Ray Cyrus? Man had like one good hit.
In the
In
like
the
80s and
show.
90s, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
like mega famous.
But like,
In
can you
the
name
show,
one
he's-
song besides "Achy Breaky Heart"?
I
no,
cannot.
because I'm not old
But in
and I don't
the
like country
show-
music.
In the show, he's supposed to be.
And apparently,
Very
like,
famous.
supposedly, because again, I don't like country music. I've never like invested any time into country music.
Yeah.
But supposedly, like, Billy Ray Cyrus was the country heartthrob of
But-
the 80s and 90s.
But also in
and
the
he was like
show,
really popping off.
He's supposed to be very famous because he wrote her like 15 hit singles in a row, like that
Hannah?
that like topped the charts and stuff. And so he's
Yo, how
it's
many
like
fucking songs can Hannah have? She's 12 years old when the
I
show
don't know,
starts.
but so like that was also like it's known that he wrote them and stuff. Like
so he's
so
her manager,
yeah, like
writes
so
all her
he's-
music
that's
and her
all supposed to-
dad eventually.
Yes, so like that's also like a big thing. And then
Damn,
but
I hope he's getting a
apparently-
good pay cut out of all of this.
But apparently, fucking Jesse is the only one who ever figured it out. Nobody else ever could.
In the Hannah Montana movie, which I guess does that not count
I
as
don't
canon?
think that's canon. I literally don't
I
think
can't
it is
imagine
canon.
it is because when that happens, it's because it's all within like isolated within her hometown, right? And then, but the guy that she was like her love interest, what was his name? Travis?
I don't know. I should have rewatched it while I was.
can't remember what his name was, but he was that like really cute blonde guy
Yeah.
who like they were trying to like build him up to be like the next like
Yeah.
like teen
They did that with
heartthrob.
so many people.
I know.
And then they like just
They just faded
throw
off.
them away.
Yeah. But they were because he was in Taylor Swift's music video at that time, and
Oh,
that
yeah?
was
I didn't know that.
in You Belong to Me. He was the love
Oh,
interest in that music
I didn't
video.
know that.
And I think he was in a couple of other movies as like, you know, like the really cute, charming, down to
He
earth,
must have
like
done something to piss someone
hometown
off that they
heartthrob
just-
kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But he figures out that she's Hannah,
Yeah.
I think.
I want to look up if it's
I f-
canon.
I feel like she.
All right, he's not really a one-hit wonder, but he's just really known for that one song. But Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, okay.
But he did have some hits. Like the album before that one apparently spawned a pair of top 10 hits, and it was on the country billboards for 5 weeks at number 1.
That's pretty good.
So,
But again, like I'm.
but he's known for the one. So like I looked it up, and it's like, isn't he a one-hit wonder? It's like people are like, he's just known for the one song, but no, he had other hits.
Yeah.
So technically, no.
Technically, no. But if you're like casual listener,
Yes.
if you don't listen to country, yes. If you do listen to country, no.
So
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to break it down. You
nobody
know,
has said yes or no, but
if the
since-
movie is canon.
But since nobody has referenced it in the show, people are saying no.
I thought the movie was the end of the show.
no.
Oh.
The
The
end of the
movie
show
is-
is season 4, Hannah Montana Forever.
The movie
But
is
she's not forever because she literally is over.
Doesn't
Yeah.
she like
She
just
re-
out herself?
Yes.
Yeah, on like
She's literally
interview.
not forever.
But is the movie in between seasons 3 and 4?
No, people think that it's like
Completely separate
What
from
was-
whatever
no,
the
what was the
timeline
they
is.
reason-
think that it's I just saw
What was the reason that they made the secret identity? Just so she could live a normal life?
Yeah,
That's it?
yeah. Because she like a lot of it is that she wanted to have like a normal experience, and her dad, because he was famous,
Oh, yeah.
wanted her to have like
season
a normal
3,
like
episode 12, between episode 12 and 13. That's where they think
in season 3.
it like
yeah.
would fit.
But yeah, so she could have
Supposedly.
like a normal upbringing and like adolescence and like high school experience, because those are things that like people will find to be important for like your development, but also
Right.
just like milestones that, you know, everybody kind of gets to have. But if she was Hannah the whole time, she would miss out on those things, and she would just be having to like work.
So
work,
what,
work.
then she just gets old enough that she's like, I don't need the charade anymore. I want to be famous.
So the reason why, spoilers for Hannah Montana. In
oh my
case-
God, not spoiling Hannah Montana.
It's only like 15 years old at
Yeah.
this point.
The reason why is because, do you remember Jesse? He could
He was
be
like
the
the bad
one
boy.
thing- Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
bad boy between Jesse and Jake, and she ends up picking Jake. But Jesse
Yeah.
was the other guy.
Yeah.
She ends up being with Jesse later on. He comes back. So she ends up meeting Jesse as Miley. Like she's at so in season 4. So Jake ends up cheating on her. And then she ends up breaking up with him. But then later on she sees Jesse, and as Miley, she like hits on him, and then she's like, wow, do you want to go out with me? And like whatever. So they start dating, and he is the only one to figure out that she's Hannah Montana, besides the guy from the movie, which we don't know is canon or not.
Right.
So, but she doesn't talk about that anyone's ever figured it out besides Jesse. So again, I would think that
Right, because
it's not canon.
I would-
Because
yeah.
wouldn't she be like, oh, you're just like this other guy that figured it out?
Not only that,
too?
but wouldn't she just be like, oh yeah, I told a literal entire town?
Yeah.
Like-
so yeah, true. So I would say not canon, but anyways,
Arguing
so
the canon of Hannah
yes,
Montana.
literally. But so she's dating him, and then because of that. Oh, and then so Jackson has a girlfriend, and she's a bikini model. Did you ever see?
Is
You
she
probably
Jenna
didn't.
in Pretty Little
Yeah,
Liars?
that's what I was about to say. I was about to ask him if he's ever seen Pretty Little Liars, then I went probably not, and then I was
feel
like,
like
it's
Oh
not
my
even
god,
worth
can
it.
we have a Pretty Little Liars episode?
Yes.
I'm obsessed with Pretty
Yes.
Little
I feel
Liars.
like he's
I was
not-
thinking about rewatching that because I didn't get too far into it, so I was thinking about rewatching it
Oh,
to
it
actually
gets-
like finish
It's
it.
an
Because I think I've
actual
only actually
mess.
seen to like 2 or 3. So
Seasons 1 and 2, excellent, great television.
and then the
So-
rest is
so good.
bad, but is it bad enough to be good?
Okay, season 3, actual trash, horrible. Season 4, iconic. 5, okay. 6, mess. 7, mess, but such a good mess.
So
like
is
it's
it
a
worth
wild
it?
ride. I
Is it
think
worth
so.
it? Okay.
But you're gonna like if you do invest your time to watch it. One, pay attention because they just be doing anything.
Okay.
All right, they just be saying anything, throwing out any plot points. Nothing makes sense.
I gotta
Okay,
keep notes.
you gotta
So
keep.
I gotta stay
detail-
on it.
You need to make your like wall with the red
yes.
lines
I
to
gotta
understand.
borrow your house mic.
Yeah.
And I need
Yeah.
notes.
It's an actual mess,
Oh, God.
but it's so ridiculously iconic at the same time.
Okay.
Like, also, I'm convinced that every single character in Pretty Little Liars, like the 4 main girls, right? Every single one of them has at least one inappropriate relationship.
Don't
I
they
don't
do that
know.
on purpose.
I don't know why this show was obsessed. Actually, no. Teen dramas in like the early 2000s and 2010s obsessed with having young girls in relationships with 20-year-olds. Why? And they always have like the scenes where it's like,
How old's Ezra?
Ezra, I think in the first season, I don't know if they ever say how old he is, but I
Is he
think
supposed
it's
to be like 22, 23?
I think it's assumed that he's about 24 because he just finished college.
Okay.
And he like is already getting a teaching job. So I'm assuming he finished college at 22, did like some assistant teaching or, adjuncting or whatever to get like a full-time teaching
looks
job.
They didn't
So-
think about that.
He looks so much older. That's why it looks
No,
extra
I think
wrong.
at the time his actor was only like 25 years
Really?
old.
I feel like he looks so much older.
Really?
Well, then you have the
Yeah.
dude that plays the fucking Hannah Montana's brother that was like 40 during the show.
Jackson.
No. Well, later
He's
on.
no, he's like
But,
yeah, but
at the
he's
beginning,
like
he was,
super
like-
old.
He was like 30. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just permanently plays like the teen-ish,
Yeah.
20-ish brother or older person
Yeah,
in
like
all
the
of the
uncle.
Disney shows. Like
Yeah.
he found his spot of the fact that he doesn't age and just was like Disney. There it is.
But so after you know that fact and like going back and watching it, I really could tell he was older though.
Yeah?
Like, yes. I had no idea like when I was a kid. It
Yeah.
meant nothing to me because thinking because he was in college. So I was like that's a college that's
Wait,
a college
I
person.
thought he was like in the
in
beginning.
Hannah Montana Forever, he's in college.
No, I'm talking about in Hannah Montana, like the first season, because Miley's in middle school in the first season, and then
He's
isn't
in high school.
Yeah.
Jackson's in high school?
Yeah.
He was like 30 at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then he goes to college towards the end.
I think he's only in college in season 4.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the only one that he's in college. Maybe the end of season 3. Maybe. I can't really remember. But he definitely is in season 4. But I feel like while watching it, like I actually like
you could notice he's.
I'm like, oh,
noticeably older than the rest of the
yeah.
cast.
Like I'm just like, oh shit. Like he actually is. Like you can tell
Right.
that he is like much older, and they're like, how is? I guess because he was such a loved character that they're like, well, we can't.
But they
We
still
can't kick
made
off
him
the
that
brother.
character at 30.
Well, but earlier it doesn't look wrong. I feel like just in season 4, you're like,
do you think that's because
Eee.
if you think about it, because seasons 1, when did season 1 come out? 2005. Was it the same year as High School Musical?
I don't know actually.
I feel like it was, because I feel like I have this memory of High School Musical coming out on Disney Channel, and Hannah Montana was also premiering
Yeah.
because it was like this huge
2006.
2006, right?
Right,
And
okay.
when was High School Musical? 2005. I just feel like I remember this like Disney Channel marketing.
2006.
So they both came out at
Yeah.
the same time. But like the marketing for it, right? Where
Okay.
they were always in tandem in the ads of like, oh, watch this and then don't forget this premiere,
Yeah.
right? Kind of
Uh-huh.
a thing.
So,
like,
how old was he when it came out?
That's what I'm finding out.
because
He
I
was probably like 28. I want to guess.
so old for
I
him to be like
know.
16 in the show.
Yeah.
29.
I
He was born in
close.
77.
I was close.
That's
It's only a year off.
so old for him. To
And
be
then
playing
when
a
did
16
Hannah Montana Forever come out?
Well, it says ran from 2006 to 2011.
Because so I saw an interview with Miley Cyrus talking about that she was in the process of
So he was like mid 30s.
yeah, so that she was in the process of getting casted for like 2 or 3 years for like Hannah Montana.
But wasn't she like 12 when the show started, like airing?
So they like wanted her, but she was too young, and then
Oh,
so like
okay.
it was kind of going back and forth, and it was kind of like convincing and like
Right.
getting it to actually like go through. But they had kind of picked others, so I wonder if because of that 2 or 3 years, like I wonder if he was like one of the first ones picked or something.
Oh,
and so
maybe.
like, you know, he
But
was
then
younger,
it was so late after the fact.
you know, because maybe he was 25 and then like
Right,
you know, or 26 or whatever it was, and then it's not like he looked old. They're like, yeah,
Whatever. This will
doesn't matter.
pass.
Yeah, exactly. He's
On
still
people-
funny. Like he's still, you know, our Jackson still works.
This
like,
is before
he still has-
HDTVs, so they were like, the quality will fuzz out the aging.
The quality is so bad. It's so bad. Like literally, when it gets to Hannah Montana Forever, you're like, my eyes. Like, what did they do? Like, they're like, how does it look like this? It's aged 10 years.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God,
I don't understand what they did.
That's so funny.
They get a new. I have no idea why they did this. They moved them to a new house, which I don't remember this happening.
What? But their house was so iconic,
Right?
They
They-
had the most beautiful.
they-
They have a oceanfront, like
Yes,
Malibu
yes.
beach property.
I never.
Their
thought
backyard was the Malibu
I
beach.
never thought about how much that cost.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
and
Yeah, even as a
they-
kid, I was like, these people are fucking loaded.
No, I never thought about that. I never thought about
Really?
how much. No,
I didn't have
I didn't
concept
think-
of
No.
how much
Dude,
property
literally,
all
cost.
I knew was that I saw that house and
money?
went, that's way nicer than my house. So I was like,
I mean, I did think that. I did think like, man, I wish I lived at the beach, but I didn't think like these
Well,
people are loaded.
I
Not
think-
like,
I
oh,
think-
this property alone, even if you knock down the house, is at least a
I think
cool
it's
10
probably
million.
also
Yeah.
because at some point, like as a kid, me and my sister were like, Dad, why don't we own a house at the beach? We always have to go so far for the beach. And he's like, you know how much money that costs?
He's probably like, yeah, because we're not freaking millionaires.
like I didn't think.
Also,
anything of
Miley Cyrus was 11 when she first auditioned for the show.
it. Okay.
So what? How old was she
She
when
was probably
the,
like
the
13,
show?
14
yeah.
when it actually.
Also,
like,
apparently,
aired.
Mitchell Musso always had his hair really long to hide his earrings.
Oh.
He always had earrings.
Yeah, apparently, except for the final season. Although he could have taken them out, he just didn't want to. So he just had to have his hair long.
I guess that's fair. I mean, it's kind of a hassle to
Yeah.
take them out.
But oh wait, so we never even talked about why she even ends up.
Oh,
revealing the
right.
secret.
Back to Jackson's girlfriend, who's
Yes,
Jenna from Pretty
okay.
Little Liars.
So yeah, and she's a bikini model, and right, because they have to have this of like, you could be funny and you don't have to be attractive, but you can still be loved by a hot chick, and that's the message, literally, that they put into this. And so,
They almost fucking fake ended this show.
what do you mean?
They almost did the dream ending.
No.
No.
Yeah, the series
way.
alternate ending was that the entire show was a fantasy of young Miley Cyrus.
Wait, but that would have been stupid because she has I think this is in season 2, she like makes a wish that she was Hannah all the time,
Yeah.
and then like shit goes
Yes.
awry because of that, and she's like, oh my god, I regret that so much, blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
because,
Like
like Jackson
I think I
hates
remember
her.
that, yeah.
And
yeah,
then-
and she has like no fucking friends
because they
and Lily's
all,
like part of the girly like
Yeah.
mean girl squad. And then she's like, I regret, like, take it back, right? And that whole thing was a dream.
Uh-huh.
So they couldn't then later do, oh, it was all a
Another
dream,
dream.
again.
No, because she's having a dream, like a fantasy.
a dream inside.
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
dream.
and
No, it's so
yeah,
stupid.
Like she's having all the episodes. She's like, I wonder if me leading this double life, at some point, I would not want to lead the double life. And then she follows that tangent. It's like, never mind, that sucks. Continue.
That sucks.
But yeah, apparently it was going to be
Well-
an all dream.
That would have actually been awful.
I don't like the ending, so maybe it would have been better for the dream. I don't know.
Oh, just you wait. The ending of Pretty Little Liars.
Oh God, I don't
Insanity.
even wanna know. Okay, but so yeah, the bikini model and whatever. And so, do you remember that throughout the show, there's like rumors that Jackson is dating Hannah Montana? They get like he locks her outside of the house, and then
Oh,
like,
yes, I remember
yeah,
that.
That she's dating his brother?
No,
Because
that
they
she
think it's
is
like his house, right?
Yes, because like he locks her outside of the house, and then she's like trying to get in because she didn't switch limos, and then she just
Oh,
goes
wait,
to
somebody
the
like the
house.
paparazzi follow them
Yes,
home.
the paparazzi follows them, and then so
no,
she's
I
trying to get
really remember
she's
that.
trying to get into the house, and then he locks her out, and then he comes outside.
It's like Hannah's mystery man.
Yeah, and then it's him. So they're pictured together, and then it's like Hannah's new Manna and like whatever, and then so then they're supposed to go on a talk show to talk, like pretend that they broke up, but then he starts getting like free things because he's Hannah Montana's boyfriend. And then And then so he, he says, we're like never breaking up and like I love her so much and blah, blah, blah. And then so she's pissed at
Both
him.
such a brother move and also really weird.
Yeah. And then so, she's mad at him, but then he's like, I never get anything from it. Like, I just have to take you anywhere you want. And like, I never
What kind
get
of life
anything
does
from this.
Jackson live?
No, he literally is a horrible, he always gets the short end of the stick.
But he's
like,
also kind of a piece of shit.
he does suck, but he's actually really good to her. Like,
Yeah,
she
he's a
kinda-
good brother.
She sucks more than he does.
I agree.
Like, he's gross, but like for the most part, he's a really, really good brother to her. And he gets the short end of the stick almost all the time. And I know that Billy Ray Cyrus is like her real father, but he loves her way more than he loves Jackson.
Right.
And it is so evident in the
Well,
show.
yeah, because one of them's famous.
But like,
wait, isn't that
why did the writers?
One of them is successful.
Why did the writers write this?
is I feel like, am I remembering wrong? But isn't that like in an episode where Jackson's like him and Hannah are, rather him and Miley are like going at it with each other, and he's like, what do you expect of me? Like, nobody cares about me. I'm just some guy, and you're Hannah Montana.
It's kind of brought up fairly often, like when they get into like
Like an argument.
Yeah, like he's just like, I don't have any talents. Like I'm just
here.
Yeah, it's so any
And my dad doesn't love me.
like it's kind of, and because he's dumb and gross
Yeah.
and stuff, like Billy Ray Cyrus kind of says he's like a disappointment kind
Yeah.
of a lot and stuff. So it's like, I get for comedy and stuff, and it is, kind of funny, like, sometimes, but, like, when you really think about it and, like, the amount of heartfelt moments and stuff, like, you really do see that, like,
He's like getting
like
literally awful situation.
yes, like, I just feel so, like, bad for him. But anyways, so for season 4, so he's pictured with that, and then, it comes out. So she says, no. So Jackson, then this is like season 1, I think that this ends up happening. He comes out and says, like, me and Hannah were never dating. Like, we're just really good friends. I love her like a sister. She was just nice enough to me to pretend that we were dating, like, so I could get, the special treatment and whatever. Like, she was just kind enough to me, like, but, we just love each other like siblings. And so that was it. And then from then on, they're just friends, and he never has to wear a disguise and can just be around her. So, Billy Ray Cyrus with his mustache, Jackson wearing nothing, and then Hannah and her wig, and nobody
what's
thinks
their
anything.
real last name? Is it Stewart?
Yeah.
In the show?
So Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, in the show it's Stewart. IRL
Right.
it's Cyrus.
No. In the show's real, like what
Stewart.
would be on their birth
Stewart.
certificate?
Miley
Stewart.
Stewart.
Okay, so then Billy Ray Cyrus has Billy Ray Stewart as his
Yes.
name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Billy Ray Cyrus being Billy Ray Cyrus would be a different person.
No. We just keep
He's-
saying Cyrus, but he's Billy.
He's Billy Ray.
So in the universe, Billy Ray Stewart is famous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine IRL Billy Ray Cyrus
Right. No, I got
and
that.
his career
Yeah, right.
just transferred to Billy Ray Stewart.
Okay, all right. I thought that he was still called. I thought his name was still Billy
No,
Ray
no,
Cyrus
no,
in the
it's
show.
Stewart.
No, like I thought that like as a
Because
person
even
too.
in the show they reference Achy Breaky Heart, right?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they sing it a few times.
Yeah.
They say,
So like they reference his career.
Right.
and
Okay, but he's
they-
just Billy Ray Stewart.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So they know that famous man has two kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the thing is that she's saying is originally
Robbie Ray Stewart. I'm like,
Robbie.
This doesn't sound
Okay,
right.
so he's not. It's not.
It's Robbie Ray Stewart. I was
Okay.
like, why does this sound
I mean,
incorrect?
It's just instead of Billy, it's Robbie.
Right.
yes.
but like
yes.
originally Robbie Ray was Hannah's manager, right? So there was no familial connection there, right? So it's like, oh, this guy who was a very popular musician in his time is now managing this up and coming pop star, and he has his own separate life with his own separate kids that are not related to Hannah.
Gotcha.
So the famous one has no last name. he is just Robbie Ray.
Okay.
The Hannah Montana wiki says it is just the stage name of Robbie Ray. Same way Hannah Montana does not have a last name.
Was
But isn't
Montana?
Montana her
I thought
last
Montana.
Montana.
Miss Montana. Like,
What, is
I thought Montana was
was
her last name.
Montana supposed to be her middle name?
well, it's a stage name.
I know, but
Yeah, but I always thought it was
what
Hannah
else?
Montana, like first name, last name.
Yeah, same.
whatever. So then Ray is the last. I
No,
don't know.
Ray is a middle name, obviously.
whatever.
But it
I
can
guess-
be a last name. I don't
I'm
know.
just saying the fact of that's what it says. Of like, it doesn't say that the famous person is like Robbie Ray Stewart.
Oh, I understand.
So like the normal one
it's like
is Robbie
Beyonce versus Beyonce Knowles.
Yeah, like so exactly. So like that's what it's supposed to be, the difference of like how nobody
but it's still
knows
fucking
that's it.
Beyonce, like-
exactly. Like
Beyonce is a last name.
Believe it
Yes,
or not, she has
yes.
a hyphenated
No,
last
no,
name.
like Cher is just Cher.
Oh, Cher is just Cher. I don't know.
I
Cher's last
assumed
name.
Beyonce was like changed her legal name at some point to just be Beyonce.
No, I think her legal name is still Knowles Carter. Well, now Carter, since she's been married to Jay-Z. But it was always Beyonce Knowles. Her stage name was just always Beyonce.
I always, honestly just assumed that like she cut that shit off when she was famous and like just Beyonce. Like I feel like if you're if you're famous enough, you can cut that shit out.
So
like what Prince just became a symbol. like like all he had to do for his fucking signatures and like documents was just the squiggle.
I guess that's fair.
I assumed that she was like
it's just
it's
Beyonce,
just Beyonce.
now.
I don't know.
Is Cher just Cher?
I feel like
I'm
Cher
sure she-
definitely has a
a last
legal last
name,
name, like
yeah.
a government name. Because if
Sherilyn Sharkishian?
What a name.
who knows? Not me.
That's a name.
I don't know.
I'd go by Cher too.
Yeah, Cher is a little bit easier, in my
it
opinion.
sure is.
Anyways, it's been like 20 minutes and I'm just trying to say why she announced it. What she said about it.
Announce why she outs herself.
See, there's just too many like rabbit holes and like there's
Madonna, also not Madonna.
Her name isn't Madonna.
Well, her first name apparently is Madonna.
I
It
was gonna
actually is
say,
Madonna?
Apparently.
Wow, I didn't know her real name was Madonna.
Madonna Louise Sicone?
Wait, why would her name be something completely different than her real name? Well, I guess Iggy Azalea is like that.
I
Is
thought it was
Beyonce's
just-
actual first name Beyonce? Is that what she was born as?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her legal name is
Is
Beyonce
it?
Knowles. Her government name.
I thought all of these were like stage names, to
no,
be honest.
I'm pretty certain.
I didn't
it's-
think these people were just
It
born
is
with
Beyonce.
these-
Who the fuck thought of the name Beyonce?
They knew she was gonna be famous. It's like,
her
that baby's
sister's name is
Beyonce.
Solange. Like, what kind of name is that?
They knew they were gonna be famous.
Fucking apparently. They were like, nah, our daughter, gonna be number one. Beyonce.
Yeah.
Number one.
Like, how do you think of that?
She popped
Like,
out
I
that
don't know.
pussy
Are
as
there other
Beyonce.
Beyonces?
I'm sure there are.
Like, did they think of Beyonce, or were there other Beyonces?
I'm sure
and she's
Beyonce-
the first.
I feel like
famous
Beyonce definitely
Beyonce.
existed as a name. Maybe it wasn't the most popular name.
And they were like,
and
oh,
I
I
feel
like
like
that.
if you nowadays you don't hear anybody else named Beyonce because
they don't matter.
Beyonce's been so mega famous
Yeah.
for so long. I feel like strapping your kid with the name Beyonce, you're just
can't do
setting them
that.
up to fail.
You're strapping them to be made fun of.
Yeah,
Because they can't amount to
you,
Beyonce.
you can never
Like,
accomplish.
Yeah, like
Yes.
I would have
what
never
Beyonce
guessed that
accomplished.
Beyonce was something like a real name parents thought of when a child was born. I would have
Yeah.
just thought that like she
I
thought that up. Like
I would've
Rihanna
still-
also didn't know that was part
I
of her name.
would have.
Yeah.
Well, that one's kind of more normal, so I could see that. Like,
It's also
Never
her
known
middle
Rihanna,
name.
but like yeah, but
Like-
like I'm just saying like I would have
or-
thought somebody would have just thought that.
like I would have thought, like how Cher is like
Sherilyn?
exactly, like
Short.
close.
Right.
Or like
A nickname
that.
almost?
Yeah, so like I could see Beyonce being close to like her name and then being changed.
Beverly Knowles.
Like like close. I could see something like that, but like to just be named.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Beyonce had a hyphen in her name. That's something new.
what do you mean?
There's a hyphen over the E.
That's not a hyphen.
That's
Hyphen,
not
sorry.
accent?
Accent, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was like,
that is not
You
a
mean like
hyphen.
Knowles
Yeah,
Carter?
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
you said.
that's it.
You
I was
said
like,
hyphen-
I just
you-
said
Yeah, no,
that.
you said hyphen earlier. That's why it was in my
Oh.
brain, and I was like, oh yeah, hyphen. But like you know, like other things where it's like Pink. Like,
Right.
As a kid, I'm like, that's just that girl's name.
I mean, okay.
But it's not.
No.
But like you know, like where like sometimes you're just like, yeah, that's that person. Not at all.
Something
you know, like
where you don't
like
think
they
about
just
it.
thought of it. Like somebody just made it up.
Right.
Like Pink Floyd always thought that was a person. Leonard Skinner thought that was a dude. Like,
Gotcha.
but like obviously those are just bands. But like for
No, I
certain things
understand
where
what
just
you're
like,
saying.
yeah, like where you're just like, oh, Beyonce, like that's something someone thought up, and her name's like fucking
A stage name.
yeah, like Brianna
Right.
or
Beverly.
yeah,
Beverly
or
Knowles.
Chloe or fucking Gertrude.
Gertrude Knowles. Could you
What a
imagine?
name. Oh my god. Anyways.
Anyway, why did
Like
she
this.
reveal herself to the
Going
world?
tangent
Yeah.
again.
Okay. Where was I? Okay, back to the Jackson lore.
Right.
So
Gotta get to the lore before you can get to the.
yeah, you gotta
So
gotta
chaotic.
that backstory. Yeah, so there's always been like, because he's been around, like rumors that they were dating. So then the bikini model, like that Jackson's dating.
By the way, he's not hot enough to pull a bikini model.
But that's the point. Is that she doesn't want these typical hot guys
okay.
that
All right. Yeah,
she,
cool.
that she always
She wants
dates.
the ugly dude.
He's so different that they literally talk about it. She's like flabbergasted that she wants to be with him, and he's so different, and that like they literally have a whole episode.
Just because
of
he's
it.
funny, isn't it?
Like literally, he's so different, and oh my god,
Uh-huh.
and like wow, and like it's literally a whole thing. And they literally don't shut up that she's a bikini model, and like they literally every time they refer to her, it's literally his bikini model. Literally, like that is
So obnoxious.
But that's like so on brand for
yeah,
Disney.
literally. But so
If I were him, I wouldn't shut up about it either, though. Like, let's be real.
I guess that's fair. But so she sees Hannah Montana at the house, so she starts to think that Jackson's cheating on her with Hannah Montana because of these like past rumors and everything, and because she's been cheated on in the past, and so this is the whole thing. So Jackson doesn't want to lose his bikini model, and so
You mean his bikini
I was
model?
gonna do it, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. But thank you. And so he says that she has to tell her, and she's like, I'm not gonna tell her the secret. And then he was like, you have to be more careful. She's not. She almost sees her again, and then she's like, okay, fine, like I'll tell her. And then when she's going to tell her, why can't I remember what the fuck this girl's name is?
The bikini model.
Just
Yeah.
call her Jenna from Pretty Little
Okay,
Liars.
so Jenna then goes and like reveals one of Jackson's like dumb secrets, and then she was like, okay, I'm not telling her that I'm Hannah Montana. She couldn't even keep this stupid that you shop at this little boy's shop. Like, I'm not telling her this big ass
like massive.
Yes, which Jackson's like, fuck you, that you, and I was like, that was actually like a really reasonable thing
Yeah.
to say. And he was like, you are always trying to get out of things. Like, I can't believe you.
I
like,
can.
And I was like, I think she is so unreasonable all the time. And I actually thought this was really reasonable
Right.
of her, like, to say that. I thought that like, I wouldn't want to tell
Like
her
this
either.
is the
Yes,
secret of
yes.
like that's the whole premise of the fucking show.
Yes, like this clearly she's a blabbermouth, and like,
Yeah.
you know. So but
Yeah, to that world, she's the equivalent of Beyonce if Beyonce didn't ever say it,
Exactly.
which her name was. Like, right? Like, she's the biggest star on the fucking planet for whatever reason.
yeah.
No, I don't know that she's like the biggest star.
Is
She's
she
just
not?
she's just
She's
a very. I would say
one of the biggest.
I always assumed she was like Beyonce level.
no. I always assume she's like imagine like Taylor Swift in her early career, like really popular, really radio friendly. But she's
Why don't
not.
you think of Hannah
she's
Montana
not-
during Hannah Montana?
she's not Taylor Swift
yeah.
now.
But, like, Hannah Montana was huge.
Yes,
But not anywhere near Beyonce at that time, even.
To young
Beyonce
girls, I
was
would say,
already
yes, but,
Beyonce.
Whatever.
But
Moving
like
on.
you have to think about it to like.
In the world's universe, I always assumed she was today Taylor Swift.
Oh no, I always assumed she was early Taylor Swift.
No, in that universe, I assumed
I don't know.
she
She's
was.
a little bit bigger because you also have to think about.
She was like selling out stadiums.
They also have her popularized around like guys and stuff. Like it's not just like
Tween
Young
girls.
girls.
Yeah. So that's
She's like
also
maybe she's like fearless era Taylor Swift.
that means nothing to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what that means. So,
It was like her
Could
second
be.
album. Very popular.
Oh, okay.
Again,
Because, like,
radio friendly.
They always have like guys trying to.
Like date her or whatever. Or like,
Yeah, like Jesse McCartney
right.
was just like,
oh my God, I forgot he was on that
he
show.
came on and then he was like asking her out and like
Yeah.
then that and like the Jonas Brothers came on.
Oh, and they were like falling all over her.
and then they wanted, her manager dad, the whole thing.
Oh,
and
right.
then
They were like
to-
obsessed with him.
Yeah, and then
Jesse and Jake.
Mhm. And then I feel like there were other like stars. Like they mentioned stars wanted to like hang out with her,
Like
and,
collab with her?
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, I can. Like I have to go to
So
David
busy.
Archuleta." Like, but she was like, "I have
Oh
homework."
my God, when
like,
David
so I-
Archuleta was the hot new
yeah,
thing.
but she was like, "I have homework, so like I have to turn them down, and like because I'm just a
LOL.
normal girl, like, so I can." So she would do stuff like that. So like it's a little bit more than just the tweens, I feel
Right.
like. So but I definitely would not say it was like Beyonce.
Right.
Like it's not that.
She's moving into like a teenage, slightly older audience.
Yes, but definitely not like
Not Beyonce.
not Beyonce, like not that, but
Yeah.
big. But anyways, so Jackson says that she has to tell and whatever. She ends up telling her. So boom,
Right.
one more person knows the secret. So then Lily and her want to go to college, and Lily's accepted, Miley is denied. Because Miley is a boring ass bitch who has no extracurriculars, has
LOL.
nothing, because
She can't do it. Like she's too busy.
all she has been doing is being Hannah Montana. But
Why
that
didn't
is
she just lie and was like, I
Why,
work
like
for Hannah
everybody
Montana?
else? Like,
because there's nothing to like prove it. There's nothing to show. Whereas,
But why
like,
didn't she
she
just
could
say
have
she
yeah,
works for Hannah Montana?
she absolutely could have done that. She could back
Like,
that
oh,
shit up.
my dad is Hannah Montana's manager, and so I'm like her personal assistant, and this is
so
what
she
I've
tried
experienced.
to do that, but she didn't have the pay stubs
oh,
to show it. So she
gotcha.
like because that's where the episode goes,
Oh,
and because she had tried being like, well, what if I was Hannah Montana's like assistant, and they're like, well, yeah, if you had legal documents showing
Right,
us that,
right.
like then
Great.
yeah. And
I
then,
can't imagine
She
a
could have fucking
college.
made that
I
shit
can't
up. She's the
imagine
other
a
one.
college being
Yeah.
like, well, show us that you work here. Like colleges do not give a shit.
And then but then they told her, well, if Hannah Montana wanted to go to this college, we would
well, I would accept her.
we would
Oh my
love
God, it's
her
like when
to
she's
be our
getting her
alumni.
fucking driver's license.
Yeah, like literally, like we would love her to be like our alumni, so we would
Right.
let that in. And then, Lily wanted her to go, and that.
Would they give
so then-
Hannah a free ride?
They probably would. That's,
Right? Like,
that's the worst part.
They reject Miley and then
Yeah.
give Hannah a free ride, even if it's
even
like
though she doesn't need a free ride,
Right.
like, but they would still.
they would absolutely do it.
yeah,
And
and
if she was
then-
like dumber than like Briggs.
I mean, supposedly she was supposed to be really good at school, and she always
Then
had
why
good
can't you
grades.
get on
'Cause she
into
was always
college on
making-
your grades?
She was
alone.
always making fun of like Oliver and stuff. So,
But wasn't Oliver like actively dumb?
I don't think he was. I think
I
she
thought he was
just
like Jackson levels of like stupidity.
mean. All of a sudden, they made like Jackson and Oliver friends too. That was like he was like at his apartment, and they were like hanging out. I was like, where did this come from?
It's
Like,
so weird.
where are they? Like, why are they friends? I think they literally did it because they needed to put him in the position of being offered to be part of the tour, to be part of the band, to get him out of the show. Like, they had to put him in the right place to like.
Oh, to write him out of the show.
Yeah, so like they had to have been like, you guys are friends now, and you're hanging out at the apartment
BFFs with
Yeah.
your best friend's older brother.
So weird. I was like, when? Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so she's dating Jesse, and Jesse figures out the secret himself, but she also tells him, and he's like, duh. And then she's like, oh, what? You knew? Like, how? And he's like, yeah.
I'm not a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's fucking obvious, but okay. And then she, normal antics of the world thinks that Jesse is cheating on Hannah
With Miley.
Yeah. And so everybody hates Jesse, and he's like, I don't know if he's getting death threats, but
Isn't like Miley getting flack too?
no,
Oh, just Jesse.
yeah.
All right.
Because why would it?
I guess they can't make like the literal star of your show look bad. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But so I think it would just make things too complicated,
Yeah.
and then it wouldn't give the conflict of her not wanting to tell,
I guess that's fair.
because then
Right.
because it's got to be that it's only affecting him.
Right.
But so then he's like, yeah, you're a stupid secret. And then he's like, but I understand you don't want to tell it. And then Lily's like, I understand you don't want to tell it. And then, like, Jackson's like, my bikini model. He's like, you already told it. I don't care. Like, so
Right.
it doesn't matter. And then she decides to tell it because then she can go to college. She can date Jesse. And that's it. Pretty much those are the only two reasons that she decides to tell it.
So,
So she
like,
can
she could have
date-
just lied about the
But
whole college thing.
The
though.
worst part is she then decides that she doesn't want to go to college because she wants to do a Steven Spielberg movie.
So she's gonna defer anyway.
She ends up at the end going to college. She ends up.
I'm gonna fucking
Like, the-
scream.
the-
I'm not even watching it, and I
so,
want
like,
to scream.
At the
Ugh.
end. She does
The last,
go.
like,
yes, the
3
last,
seconds
yes,
on
yes.
air.
The last possible second, she does show up
Oh my
at
God,
the
I'm
door.
gonna actually
She shows up
scream.
at Lily's door. I'm here for college.
Girl, bye.
Yes. But
If I was Lily, I would be like, "There's already another bitch in this room. Get the hell out of here."
but she wasn't supposed to be like anymore. Like that she wasn't. She was doing this movie.
I
And, like,
can't.
it's like, what did you
What was the fucking
What did
point?
you tell this secret for? Like,
What was
like,
the reason?
It just wasn't. And then, like I said before, like they just did a whole new set. They got rid of the house. They got rid of the beach. Instead, it's at a pier, and it's just like this one shot of a pier
No.
where it's like a pier, and it's like a carnival game thing. Like Lily works at like a little carnival game.
Wait,
thing.
like, you know how one of the locations is that like beach like shop and little like grill?
Rico's.
Yeah, Rico's.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like that? But minus the beach aspect?
Well, they got rid of that. So they got rid of Rico's, and then, but like how it's just a plain shot. Yeah, like it's that, except no beach. It's just a pier now.
It's so much worse.
And then it's a carnival game instead of Rico's. And
That's
that's where
stupid.
Lily works.
That's stupid, but all right.
And then here is like a fake roller coaster.
I'm
And then here is like a dock where you could like fish.
stop it.
That's
That's
the
horrible.
new shot. Like
sounds
that's
awful.
And then their new house, which it's like a big, huge like house.
Right.
Like it's that's like the point. Which they upgrade this house. Like he buys like a whole new
So they go from one nice mansion to,
to
a bigger mansion.
Yeah, like a bigger, huge ranch. Because like the whole point was she decided that she wanted to move back to Tennessee. She was like having all these dreams, and that she wanted to see her she was having dreams that she needed to see her horse, or her horse needed to see her back in Tennessee or something. So her horse, Blue Jeans,
Fucking horse
um,
girls.
yeah, Blue Jeans
Sage, that could have been you.
That could have been me.
got sent to her, and then she is having dreams
Yo,
that
they
Blue
just
Jeans,
flew this horse to fucking California.
yeah, Uncle Earl brings over Blue Jeans,
Oh my god.
and then Blue Jeans can talk, and then
In the dream?
yes,
Okay.
well,
This is
she's
what-
imagining Blue Jeans talking, so I guess it's not always in the dream, but like it's not real.
Okay.
And Blue Jeans is telling her that she has to go back to Tennessee, and like she can't be here, and like
Blue
whatever.
Jeans is like, come back to Tennessee so I can stomp you to death for neglect.
And Blue Jeans keeps running away. And so Blue Jeans ends up telling her that she needs to move back to Tennessee. And then Blue Jeans turns into her. And then she was Blue Jeans all along. I'm not kidding. And then she was like, I was Blue Jeans.
What a bizarre way to be like, send the message of like going back to your
Yes!
roots.
No, she's literally like, I want to move home to Tennessee. And like, she literally,
I can't handle this LA lifestyle anymore.
She literally was like, I want to move. Like, that's it.
That's the movie, isn't it? Right? That's what we're talking about.
No.
Isn't that the point of the movie?
No, the movie is she's like so in her head about being Hannah, and she's like being like super bratty and entitled. So the dad, Robbie, is like, no, bitch, you're coming to your hometown and you're gonna learn some like humility and be humbled. All right.
Yeah.
And she's like, but I don't wanna. I'm a pop star. He's like, sucks to be you.
And then that's when she's gonna fucking
Okay, sure.
what's
Also, there was a crossover.
The hoedown, throwdown.
yeah, that's what it is.
There's a crossover with Wizards.
What?
Was there? Well,
No, there was a crossover
I'm just reading
with
that
Sweet
Sweet
Life
Life.
and That's So
well,
Raven.
because it says Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez were rivals on the show.
No,
Oh,
Selena
no.
Gomez.
She plays
she's like a
another
cameo.
pop star.
Yeah.
Oh, all
Michaela.
Yeah, Michaela.
I just assumed it was a
So
Wizards
she
thing.
she's the first time we see her, she's a pop star. I mean, I guess she's always a pop star.
Yeah.
But then we see her again, and she's like in
An
a movie
actress,
with
yeah.
Jake, and there was like,
she's like a love interest.
yeah, she's like trying to get with Jake, but Jake I think is already Miley's boyfriend.
No.
Oh, but she's interested in him.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's like this whole thing where they're both fighting for him, and they're wearing weird alien costumes.
She replaces Michaela. Like, she locks Michaela outside.
Oh, yeah,
And
and
wears
then
her outfit to try and get Michaela fired.
yes, to make her look bad and to
Yes.
make it so Jake is not interested in her.
Yes.
So like,
Because they're
Mi-
exes,
like-
actually.
like
already
Miley-
Oh, they already broke up,
Yeah.
okay.
Miley's like fucking insane, right?
Yes.
Okay, just
Didn't
wanna
you get
make
that from
clear.
the blue jeans
Yeah, yeah.
turns into her?
Right. So like, I just remember her doing like some really fucked up shit
Yes.
because she thinks she's in the right.
Yes.
Like,
But don't all the Disney... Well, I feel like Nick does it too, but not as extreme. I feel like
like,
Disney, like...
I feel like Wizards
I
of
feel
Waverly Place
like-
people were
I-
like generally okay.
I feel like Hannah
Alex did
Montana's.
some fucked up shit
my
too.
God.
Yeah, but Selena Gomez was hot, so it didn't matter.
I feel like
I never
Like-
found Miley Cyrus attractive.
Really?
like
No.
what Hannah Montana / Miley Stewart, like that behavior is equivalent to like Tori Vega in Victorious, like just so
Yeah.
unhinged, like is the worst person
Is
possible.
Tori
But I feel
the
like...
is Victoria Justice?
okay? The one that was on Zoe 101.
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like...
That's all I ever remember. her
And
as.
I haven't seen Victorious in so long.
Tori is literally the
I
worst.
feel like they were never her own ideas, though. I feel like people were always just feeding her ideas. Is that true?
No.
Oh, they were her own
So
ideas?
so here's the thing about Victorious, just real quick about
Okay.
Victorious. One, Victorious was essentially made to like prop up Victoria
Yes.
Justice to be
Yeah.
like she's gonna be the next like pop star, and then it didn't work out. Unlucky. But also in the context of Victorious as a show, Tori is the worst character in the show. She's also the least interesting character.
But that's why
which
I felt
makes
like
no
people-
sense.
Like, people were always the ones...
No.
I always felt like it was other people's ideas for
such
everything.
a piece of shit to literally everyone, and like she thinks that she is always in the right,
Mm-hmm.
and she's always doing things that she thinks is helping people, even if people are like, no, like I don't want you to do that.
But like, I'm more in the sense like felt like whenever they had projects or things, like it was always other people's things that they came up with and stuff. Like I felt like it was never her. Like she was more like there.
oh, you mean like in terms of like the music and all that?
Yeah, like I
Yes.
feel like why would you write it like that if she's the main character?
So,
like I feel like she
in
was,
terms of like
like
the
it was everybody else.
in terms of the performance aspect
Yeah.
of the show,
But even
I-
just like driving the show, like I
hate
feel
to
like it was
say
everybody
this.
else.
I really hate to say this, but I don't know if it's just the way they mixed her like recordings or the way they directed her, but she has the least amount of stage presence and the least amount of like perceived talent. I feel really bad, right? Because she's supposed to be like the star. You're supposed to think she's the best performer. And it's just so awkward and horrible. Like, she just has no ability to like emote any emotions for anything. And I'm like, this is such a train wreck. Which is why they never let Liz Gillies or Ariana Grande sing a song with also Victoria Justice being there. It either has to be a solo thing where it's just them,
Yeah.
so you can't compare it to Victoria Justice, or if they are on the same song together, they lower them to a point where you can't even hear them. And I'm like, oh, even the guys in the cast are better performers than Victoria Justice.
I never watched Victorious. I only know her from Zoe 101. So
She wasn't even in it that long.
She really wasn't.
wasn't she one of the main girls?
No, because she gets introduced in like season 2 or 3.
Yeah, she replaced some other girl.
That like mean bitch.
I
Yeah.
thought she was the hot one.
No, the
Wasn't
mean
that
bitch.
her role?
The mean bitch was the hot one. Whose name I can't remember. She had the curly hair.
Yeah.
Right?
And then she replaced her for some reason.
I think the actress, because I think she comes back later.
She
but
does?
I think so. Like right before it ends.
Does
Zoe left
does
because she
she
got
leave
pregnant,
for
right?
Victorious?
Was that real? Or
Yeah.
was that a
That's
fake
why they
rumor?
canceled the
Okay,
show.
that was real, right?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yes.
And it was a scandal because Jamie Lynn Spears, because she was in Zoe 101 and it was like mega popular, and also she was Britney Spears' little sister, who was also mega popular at the time. When that like teen pregnancy scandal dropped,
Was she a teen?
she was 16.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
But no,
Yeah.
the reason why it was so like this big thing was one, I think Teen Mom was on air and there was a lot of backlash against Teen Mom at the time. There was a lot of backlash towards Juno at the time. And so when this happened, where it was
Juno's
like
an incredible movie. Fuck
Nickelodeon's like biggest star at the time was pregnant as a teenager. Like Nickelodeon got so much flack for this. Jamie Lynn Spears got so much flack for it. The show got so much flack. That's why they canceled the show.
Has she ever come out if they tried to get her to have an abortion?
Jamie Lynn Spears. Not that I personally know of.
Because I wonder if they did. I could totally see them
I
doing
don't think they could get away with even suggesting
I
that.
can't imagine that they did because the show was canceled after the pregnancy was revealed. I have to imagine.
Yeah, because they sent her away to Europe or whatever for a
No,
while.
I think
I
the
think
reveal
that they canceled it because she was having the kid, and they were like,
No,
well, we
because
want no
No, 'cause
part
they-
of it.
they
you
sent
think
her to
about it-
whatever.
If you think about it this way, I feel like she probably got pregnant when they weren't. She probably got the pregnant. Let's say she was pregnant while they're still filming the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they finish filming, but then she becomes more obviously. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, Michael.
I'm reading a fact that's about to stop this.
Oh, okay, okay.
It is a common misconception that the series was abruptly canceled because of Jamie Lynn Spears' pregnancy. In actuality, the show had finished filming the fourth season and the series finale before the scandal even happened.
Okay.
How does the show end?
Thought with Chase, with her being in Europe, Chase is like, I do love her and I want to tell her, and then she's gonna go, and then she comes back. He went to Europe instead, so then he has to wait for the semester because he has no money. So they had to fucking whatever. Like there's like a party for all of them graduating, I think, and he's been trying to get there the entire time, but doesn't think he's gonna make it. She's leaving the party, and he shows up. And is
Right
like,
at the
I
end.
do love you, Zoe, and she's like, I love you too, Chase Matthews. They kiss. The hot guy and the nerdy girl also make out.
Quinn?
Yeah. I always liked them. I thought they were really
I like
cute.
them too.
Yeah. And
The shock on my face when they first like kiss, I was like,
I love
the
it too,
drama!
because they're like, this was the worst idea ever.
No, it was a great
And then,
idea.
no, I know. And then like, like I think it's like the next episode. They're like, so you wanna do it again?
hell yeah.
We gotta test it. I mean,
Yeah.
and then they kiss and they're like,
Maybe
we
that
should-
first
yeah,
time was a fluke.
maybe
We gotta
should
make
test it some
sure.
more times. And they're like, so we can't tell anyone about this, right? But yeah, then and I remember they were like, you know, I love you, and they start kissing, and I think, you know, what's his face is like, oh, finally. But there's the girl with the lisp gets hit by a car, and her lisp is fixed.
Stacy?
And-
Was that her
yeah,
name?
And so she no longer has any problems.
Wait, but doesn't she get hit by another car and the list comes back?
Yes. Yep, because she's so happy that she gets hit by another car and it's back, and then she's like, "Oh," and then
I'll
the
kill
show
myself.
ends.
Wait, so if the show has wait, I have two questions. So if the show has a clear
I
conclusion,
can't believe I remembered so much of that.
if the show has a clear conclusion, then why do people think that it was
Probably just
I assume
conflicting
because it's
stories
like-
over time. It's
I
been
thought
so
it-
long.
I thought it didn't.
I've always heard it that it got canceled.
Same, but clearly that's not true.
Right,
so.
right.
I thought because like I said
People
about,
probably were like, "Oh, the show's ending," but like maybe it didn't air yet. Well, hold on, wait. Did it?
I thought,
Yeah,
like,
when did it air versus when did
filming
the...
finished before the scandal.
Okay.
So I assume the show didn't finish airing. It happened, and then people were like, "Oh, it got canceled because of that."
and then so
Right.
nobody finished watching it? Like, 'cause
No,
I
like, I
thought
mean-
it didn't even, like...
No, I totally finished
I don't
because
know.
there's like a whole thing. Chase is on a fucking archway. He falls, breaks his arm or whatever. He doesn't
I
actually.
don't-
He's fine. But
I
like,
don't know any of this shit. I didn't
I
fucking
remember
see any of
this episode,
Yeah.
but I feel like I don't remember thinking it was like...
Lola
the
does come in later. You're right, because she tries to pretend she's somebody else because she's an actor, and
Yeah.
and she has a whole thing. But Lola
And
is around
she doesn't
for
want roommates.
right. But Lola is around for like most of the show. So I think she comes in like season 2, and there's 4 seasons, so she's there for most of the show.
half.
2, 3, and
I
4.
don't know. Second question. What the fuck is Zoe 102 or whatever the
It's
fuck
a movie, right?
Is? What the
No, I think that I just know that
What's the point of that if there's a clear conclusion?
No. The clear conclusion is just that they finally confessed to each other.
So what the fuck?
It's
Oh,
not like,
it
oh,
is a
I love
movie.
you, and then the school got nuked. Like, they still exist.
I know, but what is this?
Well, I'm just looking at
It's
this thing.
them
The
trying to, like,
promo
get to
picture
a
is like a
wedding?
wedding, so yeah. Zoe Brooks is still trying to figure out life and love. This time in her 20s, Zoe and Chase did not end up in Hawaii that summer and haven't heard from each other since. When close friends Quinn and Logan announced they're getting married, Zoe and Chase find themselves in a wedding
Quinn
party.
and Logan getting married. Let's go.
The real ship. They're the ones that matter.
They're the real ship of the show.
Also because like Quinn was
Wait,
always
did
hot, and everyone was
did
always
Michael not get anyone? He
I don't
didn't get
think
any
so.
girlfriend?
I don't think
wow,
so.
R.I.P. Michael.
I liked him.
I liked him too.
He deserved better.
Yeah, but like
He could have been with, what was the girl's name? Zoe's friend's name? Nicole? The like hyper one that was obsessed with boys?
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I didn't like her though.
No, I think she ends up with some other random person.
I think she got written off the show.
No, I think Nicole was always there.
Oh, I thought
Well,
she
she's
got written off the
the
show.
one that was being bullied by Jamie Lynn.
Oh, yikes.
So
So maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like I remember watching an interview with her like more recently where she was like, "Yeah, I had to like ask to be written off
Yeah.
because I just
I
couldn't
don't think she
handle
was
it
there.
anymore."
Yeah, because she was being bullied by Jamie Lynn.
Yeah.
Wild. But
And
Maybe that's who Victoria Justice replaces instead of the mean girl.
no, I'm almost positive she replaces the mean girl.
okay, so there are 61
Specifically.
episodes. Victoria Justice is in 47 of them.
Oh, so
Okay,
that's
so that's a
most.
good
Yeah, that's a lot of them.
2/3.
Quinn is in 60.
That's a lot.
She's
in every single one but one?
Nicole is in 25.
That would be like season 1, maybe into season 2.
Stacy, the one with the lisp, is
Yeah.
in 28. But she made it from the beginning to the end. Or actually, no, she wasn't in the first season, apparently.
Stacy wasn't in the first season.
Well, I'm going based off the fact that this says 25 through 2005 to 2008. She's listed as 2006 to 2008.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
not.
okay.
But that, or she was introduced in a show that was like an episode that was in the new year.
Right.
Nicole was 2005 to 2006. Yeah.
Wait, what about the mean
I
friend?
fucking forgot Austin Butler was in this show.
What? Oh wait, was he like
He was-
the hot guy?
yeah,
that,
he was the
that
other
was
hot
trying
guy.
to steal Zoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
He was in so much too.
he really was.
Yeah.
What about the mean girl?
I don't think she was actually.
I need a
mean.
name.
She was more like the tough one. She had curly hair.
Is she girl?
No.
Girl is in 36 episodes.
Maybe she's girl.
Wait, let me see.
Click her.
I need a closer picture. I can't see from this far away. I'm geriatric. All
Click
right.
it. Click girl.
Click girl.
She doesn't even have like a real picture.
Oh, rip. Hold on. While you do that.
All right, let's not keep this going. But the point
I
is,
need to know who girl is.
all I know is that Zoe 102 got picked over Ned's Declassified renewal,
way.
Oh,
and
rip.
I am so mad about it because they had a whole thing written. All of them have a podcast. They're all like review the show and stuff.
Oh
and it's
yeah,
really
I've
cool.
been seeing clips of that.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh, Dana, that was the girl's name.
Dana.
There's not even. Oh yeah, Dana Cruz.
Yes.
13 episodes.
Only 13, so she was only in season 1.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
she's only listed 2005,
Okay, so
Doesn't
then
even get a second year,
so
so.
she was replaced by Victoria Justice.
which
then.
means well, because Victoria Justice is 2005 also. So she must have been replaced in the first season.
Yeah, I guess so.
So she was on the show for
For
all
a
right.
good majority.
I'm not crazy.
No, I just
Alright.
in my memory always thought it was later on.
No, because Lola was around forever. Also, I thought their fucking campus was like the coolest
Oh my
place
god!
on the
Yeah.
fucking
And those
planet.
the little
The vending-
Vespas.
yeah.
They had
The
Vespas, and they
Vespas.
had the sidekick flip phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coolest kids on the street. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, what a walk down memory lane.
It
Yeah.
was mostly a Hannah Montana episode.
Sure fucking was.
I
You
could've
can't
kept
wait for our
going,
Pretty
too.
Little Liars.
Remember that
episode.
time where I started the episode with I've been watching Disney movies and then
Yeah,
I
go fuck
immediately
yourself, Mike.
sidelined? Well, it's
then we-
great because I didn't have to make up some
And then
bullshit.
we didn't let Mike talk
No,
anymore.
not at all.
It was fine because that just meant the episode actually had content.
Mike, I want so badly for us to do a Pretty Little Liars episode, but I want you to listen to what we're saying.
Okay,
And then I feel like you're going to have a lot of questions
sure.
because,
Or
I
we
can do
just
that.
make him watch it.
oh my God, can you please watch it?
So anyway, thanks for coming to this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast.
'Cause if I'm
Don't
gonna
forget to leave a
rewatch it, then
review,
we can
like,
just make him
follow,
watch it.
like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out Kat the Moonstar on Twitch. You have 2 weeks to watch. March comes in like a lion. Got
There
it.
you
I got
go.
it before you said it. The best. Yeah, so don't forget to watch that, and we will see you guys next week for whatever it is we talk about. Maybe Disney movies, like that
I
thing
feel
I
like we've been
started this
talking
copy about.
a lot lately.
We kind of have, yeah. I think the last two.
It's just
I've-
because it's like current on your mind.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the last 2 episodes that came out, so 5 weeks ago from when
Yeah,
this
I
comes
understand.
out, it was live action Disney and
Disney's
FNAF
Wish.
movie, and then Disney's Wish. So, but these are 5 weeks apart, so I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.